Well, it's literally, let's say your name was written on your jacket in huge letters. My name is Jae. And I looked at you and I was like, hey, Brian. You know what I'm talking about? Like, hey, Kevin. And you're like, it's Jae. And I was like, cool. Anyway.
Okay, see,
you know
that's different. That's different.
But that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like.
No. All right, career coach, the power of using a name. Here's some tips for remembering people's names. Have you seen Michael Scott's way of remembering names?
I forget.
Dude, that man is like the most un-PC, like anti-PC man ever. It only worked. His jokes only worked because of the time period that we were living in at that time. But yeah, very interesting way of remembering names, and somehow worked for him.
There you go.
A person's name is to him or her the sweetest and most important sound of any language.
Oh, Young K.
Yeah, there we go.
Not necessarily. Recently, I was in several situations where I was once again reminded of the power of using someone's name when interacting with them. In one situation, a friend was in rehab in the hospital, not getting particularly great personal attention until his spouse reminded him that he, the patient, had not been very nice to the people who worked there. Do you even know the names of the people who are helping you? She asked. No, why should I learn their names? He replied. She gave him some tips on how just by remembering and learning their names that he might get better care. Sure enough, it helped. I can totally see the validity in that statement. Just by knowing someone's name and constantly like looking them in the eyes when you're conversing with them and saying their names out loud for them. I wouldn't say it's particularly sweet to hear in the ears, but I feel like it does engage another brain cell that wouldn't have been engaged.
Yeah, well, it's just a proof of being like you like respect them as people and their presence, you know? But in business, that's actually unprofessional. It's like if you are someone who tends to forget names, it can come across as extremely unprofessional and rude.
I should never do business. I'm so bad with names.
Yeah, just get a manager.
Get
a manager
that's what
and
I
never
need.
talk to anyone ever again.
That's definitely what I need to do.
Like, Joan Kim? You know Joan. She told us, she was like, because she was on Get Real, she said, I literally, as soon as I read an email and it says to whom it may concern, or if they misspell my name, I don't read the message. I trash it.
Oh, really?
Because it's disrespectful. She's like, we're going to do business together and you can't even take the 2 seconds to figure out how to, one, spell my name or know my name. My name's everywhere. The reason you're contacting me is because of like my channel, which has literally my name on it. So if you can't take the 5 seconds to figure that out correctly, then we'll probably won't be able to do business together.
On the flip side, you got to think about how much money she's lost because of that. That's a pride issue.
No, it's not.
I think that's a pride issue.
That's not.
I wouldn't bat an eye if Drake was like, hey, Ish.
Well, she joked. If it was Chanel writing, she would say, it's actually Joan. Hi, nice to do business with you. But you know what I'm talking about?
Now that makes sense.
Chanel would never. You know what I'm talking about? Like, those higher brands would never.
Let's not say, they wouldn't make that mistake.
They would never, because they are there where they are because they're highly reputable, right?
Right.
And they probably hold their employees to a high degree.
I've had a lot of situations where actually people would misspell my name in business interactions, and I never really saw a problem with it. I just thought, I never even corrected them sometimes.
Well, you should have more self-worth.
I'm not worth much, guys. 1.5 million in contracts to buy me out.
Have more self-worth, because I've had people blatantly just misspell my name, and yet they wrote my email, which has my name in it. So.
I mean, that angers you?
Well, to me, it's just more like, oh, you're probably dumb. I can't do business with you. You're going to mess up something. If you mess that up,
trust
I'm not going to
factor.
trust you with other things.
I see. That's completely different, I guess. I guess that wouldn't be a pride thing. That would be a trust factor. And that's just you. That's like you seeing a foreshadowing of how our business curriculum is going to go.
Well, it's literally, let's say your name was written on your jacket in huge letters. My name is Jae. And I looked at you and I was like, hey, Brian.
Who is Brian?
You know what I'm talking about? Like, hey, Kevin. And you're like, it's Jae. And I was like, cool. Anyway.
Okay, see,
you know
that's different. That's different.
That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Yes, that's what it feels like. If it's right there, it's so easy to check, to take the 2 seconds to check. It's a indicator, if you will, of how much they actually care about the other person that they're speaking to.
Okay, I kind of agree, but I kind of don't at the same time. I think we'll just agree to disagree.
I don't know. I think I have a little bit more professional decorum than you do.
I think you might as well. I also agree. I'm not well versed in the professional world.
You'll get there. You're learning.
I'm just starting to write business emails.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, let me look them over because I really don't want you to write it wrong.
And I do a lot of to whomever this may concern. I do a lot of those.
It's easier to mess it up than to get it right. Okay, there you go.
You heard it here, folks. Diane, the business philanthropist.
I wish I didn't consider you a friend. I would be much less taptape if I didn't care about your well-being. If I didn't care about your well-being, I'd be silent.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy that episode?
If you did, you can always listen to the full episodes on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
And also, do not forget to subscribe and follow this channel. Also, turn on notifications.